back in September, the Colts dominated their first matchup against the Jaguars. Can Jacksonville avoid the sweep? Find out next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. Oh, what a move. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. The numbers for Ridley a week ago. 8 catches, 84 yards.
Now it's a nice job there pulling that one in. Now this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. You look at this Jaguar defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, here's Richardson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Going for it on fourth. Here's Richardson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Home, and he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 78 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jaguars are going to take over here up near the 40. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Here's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. ETN once more. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Richardson looking to throw this. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Up the middle they go. Cole. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
2nd down, here's Richardson. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Cole. There's the stiff arm, and they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. On 1st down, Richardson. A short one there, caught by Granson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. Meanwhile, Richardson's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And Richardson back to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Richardson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Richardson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go,
Now Lawrence on first down. Complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
For the Jaguars field goal, a 64-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Chris Olave, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Atlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic, see what's happening over in London. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, strong in the victory as his guys run their record to 6-1 on the campaign. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's Richardson to throw. They'll run the screen with Moss. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. 3rd and 1, Richardson to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Here's Zach Moss, who played high school football downstate near Miami. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. This pass ruled in by Hull. And brought down, but not before before they're inside the 25. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Play action. Now Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Hey, kill.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th.
Hey.
2nd down and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. And one more time, here's Kirk. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 33. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Still first down.
Go. Go.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
Ready, set.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Okay, ready.
Here's 2nd and 7.
At the 38-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And that will be incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
I got him.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Here's Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Kirk.
Let's go.
Now 2nd and 4. And to throw again is Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to have a 1st down on a gain of about 10. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
And the Jaguars, 1st down.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. Here's 2nd down.
Number 13, Christian Kirk.
They go play action now. Lawrence. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Blue, check. Black swap. Check white.
The kick by McManus is good. And the second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Indy set to go on offense once more. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down and 6. Now Richardson.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he is going to have a Colts first down. And that should be the one that finishes this game off. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Down to a knee goes Richardson, and that should finish off this victory.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Colts, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.